All right, this is EPW Advanced Class number 5. We have a lot to go over today. The doctor's in the house. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood here in southern Utah, 85 degrees, no humidity. I see Julia Bush is on. Eat your heart out about the humidity, Julia. We don't have any. It's not like you in Miami that you cut that air with a knife. It's stifling in that state for some reason. But anyway, we have a lot to go over. This is a short class, but it's an important class. As you know, we alternate between teaching writing skills and with promotion and advertising. And this is a promotion and advertising one. So let me get rid of this dashboard. Okay, here's your download portal right here. You want to copy it down. I put some nice goodies back there for you. There's a PowerPoint PDF of today's presentation, which is always available. And I'll have the recording for you just about an hour or so after we end today, so that you can go and download it and listen to it at your convenience. One of the things I put in the back office, or in your download portal, was a video book presentation. I'll get to that in just a minute because we're just about ready to launch videobookbuilder.com, and I'll go over that a little bit more. There's a social media application back there, since I'm going to be talking about social media as a promo. I think you'll see that we have some nifty things for you. But make sure you write that down. I'll have the copy of that when I have the recording in case you write it down wrong. Okay, this is class number 5. It'll be probably the last one for the month since I'm having my operation next Monday. I'm going to try to get in another one at the end of June. I like doing 2 each month, every other week, depending on how I feel. So I should feel pretty good. When I first had my operation in September, my sister was ready to hand the tulip to me in my hand. I was in pretty bad shape. But now I feel a lot better than even before I got sick, and I'm pretty healthy now. So I'm not anticipating anything going wrong, barring the surgeon gets drunk the night before. But he's Mormon, so I doubt if that's going to happen. But anyway, we're going to talk about promos. All right, we're going to be talking about things that you should be doing that I know you're not doing. 99% of what we are doing, what I present to you, is free, so the price factor shouldn't be a consideration. But I think you're going to enjoy some of the things I present because I know you haven't seen a lot of them in advance. Take a look in brown below. I've provided these books on marketing books. And if you don't have any one of them, email me. You got my email address, which was right here. No, I'm sorry, which is here. All right. If you don't have any of the books, then definitely write to me, and I will send them to you or give you the download link for them, because I want you to have all of them. And it's important that you go through each one, and only as it applies to your book. I mean, you can't do everything. We've gone over that before. But a lot of things you can be doing that are very inexpensive to do, if not free, and we're going to touch on that as we go along. One of the things in your download portal is called Meet in the Middle Plot, and this was provided by Charlotte O'Million out of Brussels. She made me aware of it, and I've been fiddling around with it for a couple weeks now. And it's actually a pretty neat little program. What it does is it organizes your plot lines. Now, I know after looking at it and studying it, it was probably made and created for people that are writing fiction, but it works for my nonfiction book. So download it and screw around with it and see if it's helpful to you. It really arranges your plot to where you're not missing anything. And on Thursday, when Linda Sterling comes up on the webinar, that's the General Forum webinar this Thursday, she's going to be talking about editing and proofreading. And Linda is what we call a deep editor. She actually calls you online to make sure that the plot lines are following, and not just grammatical, contextual errors, etc. So Deep editors are a lot different than copy editors. She's a deep editor. She's at the top of her game. You're going to really enjoy that presentation. That's a redo. We had a problem with the platform again the last time, and that's a redo. It's Thursday, and I'll send out a reminder to everybody so that you know what when it is, etc. Okay, market intelligence. I know this is one thing that probably all of you are not doing. And even though market intelligence, I call it the ultimate oxymoron, all right, it really is important. And what's important about it is there's a lot of different free things available to you where you can literally spy on the competition and see what they're doing and mimic what they're doing. And I'm going to give you 13 tools that you can use for a variety of purposes depending on what type of intelligence that you're looking for. I'm a software engineer. I wrote my own tool. It's called Hercules. You've heard me mention it in the past. And I use that to spy on everything. All right, I want to know what ads are working for a person. I want to know the content of the ads. I want to know the metrics to the ads. I want to know everything. Now, unfortunately, the tools that I give you are not as good as my internal program. And unless you're a software engineer, you're not going to be able to write your own. But these are good enough to get you what you need to get your promotions out there. All right, so let's begin. Okay, Moat.com is a very unique search engine. It makes it easy to find what type of banners and ads your competitors are running across the web. And you'll find, now this applies in your case to book authors, and you can actually see where they're promoting their stuff just by using the search engine. And you'll see everything that they're doing. You'll see the ads that they're using, the banners, etc. And you'll actually see the results. And it is really a nifty little site, and it's free. So I used to use a site called Eureka.com, but I noticed that site is down now. I don't know what, for whatever reason, but Eureka does the same thing as Moat.com. I think Moat.com may have acquired Eureka. I'm kind of looking into it. I'm kind of curious because Eureka.com was not a cheap site. It was very expensive. I brought it up in one of the forum webinars. I think it was webinar 2 or 3. But Moat.com is not, doesn't cost you anything, so use it. The social media adjunct to Moat.com is called Social Ad Ninja. And it basically centers on Facebook, even though it has a couple other ones that are not too good. But it excels in Facebook ads. And you can see what authors are promoting their books on Facebook and see exactly the ads that they're using. They do not give you any metrics, all right, which is unfortunate. So you cannot see the ads that are really excelling. But if they're listed in Social Ad Ninja, you can bet that they're drawing. Otherwise, Social Ad Ninja wouldn't put them up. Number 3 is SEMrush.com. Now, I introduced the site to you on the general forum webinar when I went over Amazon Hookup, and this is what we use to see what pay-per-click ad is being run and is it successful or not. And SEMrush comes with the metrics, so you can actually pull up pay-per-click book ads and see which ones are the best, and you can actually copy them and mimic them. I like SEMrush. If we're going to do Amazon Hookup, this is the one to use. You'll find that go back to Amazon Hookup, go back all the way, I think, to webinar 2 or 3, where it describes what it does. And if you're not doing Amazon Hookup, that's a promo that you should be involved in. I remember, it was about a month ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, a couple of the members wrote in and gave me their success stories on using Amazon Hookup. So it really is good. I use it all the time. My staff does it. I don't personally do it. But I wouldn't be without it, to be honest with you. Wayback Machine, you're probably very familiar with this. This is a program that was written that shows you all the cached home pages for websites dating back to the time the domain was purchased. I like to look at them to see how they progress. Plus, I like to see the ideas of their development, how their website is developed, and what makes it work, stuff like that. You're probably not going to use this that much as you will the other sites, but you still need to know that it's available. And there's the URL right there. Domaintools.com, it'll tell you who owns the site. It'll give you the who is, in case you want to write to them. It comes with an email. You can actually write to them and ask them if they want to do a swap. Put your ad on theirs and their ad on your site. I use it an awful lot just to contact owners of sites that I don't know. What WP theme is that? I get that a lot. People write to me and say, would you go over here and tell me what theme that is? This is how we do it. All right, you go to the site, you dial in the URL, and it'll tell you what theme is being used. You go over to WP Themes, put it in there, and you can download the theme. Very simple, very easy to do. I'm sure many of you have seen themes online that interest you or that you like the whole bunch. And this way you can find out exactly what theme it is and where to go purchase it or download it for free. Built with, finding out what sort of technology your competitors are using is very, very important. I like WordPress because it's simple for authors to use. Hold on 1 minute, please. Yeah. Yeah, it's me. Nope. All right, let me see if I can fix it. Thanks. Hold on a minute, people. Let me see if I can fix the screen. And the audio. Timeout. Well, we're having some problem there. I think I got the audio fixed. All right, let's see if that works. All right. Let's go back again. If you can hear the audio very well, let me know. Give me a hands up in your can you hear me, everybody? If you can hear me, raise your hand. This one, let's see, right here. Okay, you can write this down. I just went over this, moat.com, Social Ad Ninja, and SEM Rush. Hold on a minute, I got. Okay. Let's take it back up to the top. I want you to be able to write down right here. There's your download portal right here. So write that down. And like I said, that has your goodies in it. Okay, you should be on the download portal slide, all right, which according to my dashboard you're seeing. Okay, James is saying no. I don't know what to do on that because it's showing on my audience view that you are on the screen. Okay, you can see the download slide. Thanks, Joan. Okay, good. Now, for those of you that don't have my email address, that slide should be up. Yes, it is according to my dashboard. All right, so you lead.benton EPUB Wealth. Let's go back to here. This is where we left off. Wayback Machine. Let me check the audience view, make sure you got the right one. Yeah. Okay. Started with number 4. I went over that. 5, 6, and 7. I was on Build With when Julia called me and told me that we had problems. Hopefully, Julia, if it goes out again, just give me another quick call so that I know that that I need to adjust it. Okay, buildwithit.com. I use this to see what type of website, what program they're using to build the website. You probably won't use it, but not everything is WordPress. A lot of things are being built in different programs. Some are using the online free ones. I don't recommend that because it leaves a footprint and Google ignores the site. Things like Wix, and you don't want to use those. It's easy just to go buy a baby account at HostGator and put up a WordPress theme, and Google loves WordPress. Okay, social mention. It's a tool similar to Google Alerts and Feedly that I brought up in the last webinar. Feedly is replacing Google Alerts and Google Reader. It's really neat. This will keep you abreast and it'll notify you on topics that are of interest, especially in book promotion, stuff like that. Mostly deals with the social media sites, where Feedly and Google Alerts actually deals with every type of site. Okay, Fireshot. Now I use Fireshot a lot, all right, and it builds what's called a swipe file, all right, and this is a Firefox plugin. If you're not using the Firefox browser, you can't use this. If you're using IE or Chrome, this won't work. But it's a Firefox plugin that allows you to take a screenshot of any website online, and you can capture anything, all right? Now, you have Snagit, which is a program that you can buy. It's made from the people that make Camtasia Studio. This one's free. And if you're not using Firefox, then go and look at Snagit and see if that will apply for what you're doing, all right? Who'sMailingWhat.com. This is I use this a lot. I have a book that I put out called Automated Postcards, the Postcarders. And you can send out postcard campaigns right from your laptop. You never touch the card. You don't address it. You don't stamp it. It's all done for you. And I use these in market research. I use these to sell books. I can send out thousands of postcards without even touching the stuff. Now, this who'smailingwhat.com is a little spy site that shows you what direct mail pieces are working out there. All right, and you'll notice that most of them are postcards. A lot of direct mail advertisers have gotten away from these multi-page inserts in selling. Most people are just using postcards, and it actually works very well. So if you're into direct mail, then that's a site that you should have bookmarked. If you're not, it's something to look into. And if you want my book, The Postcarders, Automated Postcards, just write to me and I'll send it to you. It's really nifty how we use it. Now, there used to be only one site that automated it for you. Now there's a couple of them out there that are doing it, and they're doing a really good job. Copernic Tracker. If you've been online for any length of time, you know Copernic. All right, Copernic used to be really great as one of the first shopping sites that would show you basically what Google Shopping is doing now. It lists the product you're looking for and who has the best price and where to get it. Copernic actually came out with that back in about 2001, 2002. They now have a tracking package. I gave you the URL right there. And you can really, this one really keeps a close eye on top authors that are doing it right and will keep you abreast of the tactics that they're using. I use Copernic Tracker an awful lot, all right? And it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes a day to go through what it's found out for me and to check what's going on. Flippa's all right. You probably all know Flippa.com as the website where you can go and buy and sell websites. All right, one thing about Flippa that's really neat, when they go to sell a site, especially anything dealing in publishing, they actually will give you a lot of information on that site that isn't readily available even from your spine. So I check that out daily, all right, and I have one girl that actually brings to me sites that are dealing in book publishing or marketing and promotion, and I'll write to see if it's a site, number one, worth buying, or at least to see how successful it is. So bear that in mind. So these are 13 sites that are really good for you, and they're free, and you should use them when you can, especially as it pertains to the specific promotions that you're involved in. You can't be involved in all of that, but like Moat.com is going to tell you where the book publishing information advertisements are, and that comes in handy, so really handy. All right, these are the programs that EPUB Wealth offers. Unfortunately, I can't spell wealth. All right, we've gone over these, and you're mostly familiar with them. All right, Kindle Direct Optimization Protocol. I use this in my counseling sessions. A lot of you signed up for counseling. We finished those. In those sessions, I showed you how to optimize your books on the Kindle platform by actually going in and showing you one that I did of mine. And we started with the book title and we ended up with the price. All right. This direct optimization is very important. All right. In the book description, let me open up a browser here. And Julia's going to have to bear with me because I'm going to do a commercial for her. If you bought Julia's book on juicing up the book descriptions and Andy Makar's tool, which actually does the HTML, you got something like this, all right? Now, this is one that Sanchita did for me. It's my book, Why Are You Greedy? It's one of 14 books in my Why series, and this is what she did with it. Now, very important, you got to go through Author Central to do this. You cannot go into your KDP platform under book description and insert the HTML. I had maybe a dozen books delisted and put in draft mode when Sanchita first started doing it through the book description on the KDP platform. Now that Julia has rechanged her book and shows people how to do it through Author Central, we're not getting called on it anymore. But that is really something that's going to get people's attention. Now, you can learn to do this yourself, or you can write to Sanchita, and I think she charges $5 to do that. Don't quote me on it. She may be nice to me because I give her a lot of work, but $5, $10, I mean, it's worth it. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I have better uses of my time, and so do you. It's cheaper to let her do it. And I have 237 books on Amazon, so I'm going to keep her busy for quite a while putting those things up. LinkSlam. We have some author members. I think Lisa Troust, you're on the call today. I've noticed your post. You can have BookBump pump you up in the rankings and you'll see it drop, even if you're doing link slam because you had the wrong keyword. Now write that down. All right, you had the wrong keyword. Link slam, slam the wrong keyword. You need the keyword that kept you up there. And now that I released Reader Keyword Plus, I could show you exactly which keywords readers are using to find your books. Now on the sales page of Reader Keyword Plus, I gave an example of one of my own books. I have a book called Surviving Pandemic Diseases. All right, and I use survival planning as a key word like I do on all my survival books. It's a genre that I write in extensively. Well, come to find out, Reader Keyword Plus told me that the people were finding my books using the keyword phrase surviving disease. And when I changed it, the sales improved so radically because I book bump every day here using my 50 ladies on my staff. It definitely is worth finding out which is the key word that they're finding your book with and using that in book bump if you're a member of book bump. Even if you're not a member of book bump, it's good to know what keyword is being used to find your book. Now, this Reader Keyword Plus replaces the Ninja Tracker program that Derek Dotke put out that was banned by Amazon. All right, this is not a software application that you use. We do it for you, and because the learning curve on it is extensive, and we don't have time to teach you all how to use it, so just follow the instructions on the Reader Keyword Plus page, send it into Angie, and within 2-3 days we'll get you back the information that you requested. The three things that make up the ranking criteria of Amazon's algorithm are sales, and Book Bump takes care of that, backlinks, which is Link Slam taking care of it, and reviews. Now, I have to admit, we have been very, very poor in the review thing on the forum. With over 350 members, I think it's up to now. My last 5 or 6 books have not gone over 5 reviews. I mean, come on, that's really ridiculous. I thought that Sydney O'Sullivan's new group would take care of that. She has a book review club out. I'm hoping that it does, but we've got to do something on this review stuff. And I think in the mastermind group, toward the end of the month, when I'm feeling better, I think that's one of the first things we're going to address. The Turbo Plus program is running. There are, according to the sign-ups, people have to fill in the info box to get access to the magazine. We've had over 3,000 that have come in. I don't know about the 5-day free promo. We're working on that. We're going to have to do something better on that. They are accessing that, but they seem to be going after the paid promotions more than the free promotions, and we can't figure that out. But as soon as I get some more metrics compiled on that, I'm going to go to everybody that signed up for it and share the information with you. In the We Do It All program, we send out email marketing that's part of the We Do It All program. And Reader Keyword Plus is also a part of the We Do It All program. And that program came out because I had too many authors writing to me that they were overwhelmed. In the book, the overwhelmed author didn't seem to solve the problem. So we're doing the We Do It All program. And what's nice about that program is that we do everything on all the platforms, including audiobooks, the new video book platform that's coming out. Just about every format we are involved in, and we charge $19.97 a platform. So you won't be stung on it, and I recommend that you use it. It's a little backed up right now. There's a lot of members that did write in and are using it, and I thank you for that. So bear with us. Okay. Okay, now I want to start giving you some resources that you're not aware of, all right? And you really should, all right? The book publishing, the 6 major platforms I've gone over in the past webinars, and these platforms from Amazon all the way down to BookLocker also publish on other platforms, and I've gone over that, and it's, I think webinar 1 or 2, you can download everything that deals with those publishing platforms. But the second tier of marketing promotion is really important, and I went over this a little bit in the last webinar that Linda Sterling was beyond when the audio messed up on that. And these are the three of them: Ingram, Baker and Taylor, and Gardner. And you can go directly to these three sites and list your books. You don't have to wait for the publishers to do it. I actually go direct. My staff goes direct and lists the books. Smashwords is taking anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks to put this stuff out to these three sites. Be advised, Baker and Taylor is the UK, European bookstore site, and pretty much is what Ingram is to the rest of the world. But if you do these three, you got it wired, all right? Now, I brought up book aggregators. These are the third tier marketing. And I noticed in talking with a lot of the authors, they're not using these. A lot of the sites like Overdrive shut down their publisher programs for self-published indie authors. They don't want to be bothered with authors with just 1 or 2 books. They want guys like me that have a lot of books and have a publishing house with a lot of books. So you have to go through book aggregators, and these are the three biggest ones: Independent Publisher, Constellation, and National Book Network. But I've given, on the last webinar, download it, I gave you hundreds of them that are medium to small aggregators and what we call boutique aggregators that specialize in certain genres like romance, children's book, etc. If you're not using these aggregators, you really should consider it. Now, some of them are not so easy to get into. That's why I gave you the list of the smaller ones. All right, but if you do get into them, they actually work as your marketing arm, and they'll get you into Overdrive, they'll get you into the bookstores. They'll do a pretty good job, so definitely consider it. All right, I want you to check out this site here, all right, and this is good, draft to digital. In fact, let me see if I can call it up. Hopefully you can see my browser. Let me make sure that you can. Yeah, okay, you can see my browser. All right, now these guys actually they publish for you, all right? They don't charge an upfront fee like Speedy Publishing does. And Speedy charges $2.97. These guys actually are doing what my We Do It All program for. And what they're doing is they're taking a piece of your royalty. Now, I'm not a guy that shares royalties, and I made that perfectly clear. But this isn't a bad site. They actually do a pretty good job. The We Do It All program does exactly what they do. So you can use either one. If you don't want to share royalties, then use the We Do It All program. I want you to look at that, though. It's something that may be of interest to some of you. All right. Now, the video book builder site is very exciting to me because I think I went over the results of our focus group in the last webinar, which was just mind-boggling. I've never had a response from the focus group like I did with video books. All right, and this, even though it works great on things like novels and children's books, etc., it actually can be used for any genre, especially in the advice how-to, which I extensively write in. When this comes out, it's going to be $229.97 per book. I gave you the example. It's in your download portal. It's Wayne Stanford's Dandy book. And I've given you the voiceover, and I've given you the video, and that's what we combined to make a video book. So I gave you the pieces to show you how we do it, and then I'll show you the finished product when it's done. But this is really an exciting concept. It's taking a book reader's passion, reading books, and it takes a person who's a non-reader that likes video and combines them so you have access to both markets and both types of buyer. All right. It really, really is something you need to consider. All right. Also, in conjunction with video book is audiobooks. Now, Right now, my audiobooks are outselling my Kindle books. So it shows you how important the audiobooks are. If you don't know how to do it and you don't want to really mess with it, just do the We Do It All program. And for $19.97, we will put it up for you and do it for you. It's not that difficult. We have a bunch of authors in the We Do It All program that have ordered audiobooks, and we showed them how easy it is to use ACX. And from now on, they'll be able to do it themselves. So there's also a little learning curve that you go through to where you don't even have to use the We Do It All program. You can actually learn how to do an audiobook using ACX, which is really a simple platform to use. Okay, integrating various web platforms. This is a promotional technique that nobody uses, all right? You have YouTube, you have your Pinterest sites, you have your bookmarking sites, your newsline sites, your PR websites. You've got all these sites that you could be linking and putting backlinks to from your blog site or your website, and getting all that link juice flowing where people could see exactly what you're doing. All right, it's not hard to link these into a link wheel. Brad Linder went over that in the webinar that we had in the mastermind group. And if you're not in the mastermind group, you should be. He did a really good job of describing link wheels. In fact, he actually has a program. And even though Brad has had his ways and woes these past couple of weeks, he lives in Oklahoma City, and the tornadoes have just dropped the servers and have caused havoc. He now is crawling back on top of it, recovering. So you'll be able to reach him and look at link wheeling all these different web platforms into one. All right, these are the promo sites that I use quite often, and I gave you each URL, all right, so that you could actually go in and use these sites to promote your books. And you can be selective. You don't have to use all of them like I do, but you can be very selective and take one or two sites or just one and use them for your benefit, because they actually work extremely well. All right, and when you get done, you'll see that as you promote over and over again, it gets easier and easier to do. And it's the repetition that actually shows you that you should be using sites like this. I mean, most of them are free. Some of them are paid. Publicity Hound, this one right here is a lady that's very, very good at getting you publicity for your books. That isn't a free site. She charges. She's a publicist, but she's a publicist dedicated to authors. And I really like her. She's good. So if you, she's not that expensive, and if you only have one or two books, like most of you have, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket. But she'll give you, she'll put you in areas where book readers and other publishers are going to, and I think you'll see a tremendous increase in your books. This is one that I need you to really pay attention to. This is a distribution network. It's called Thor. It costs $50, but it actually works extremely well. All right, extremely well. And I was amazed when I first started using it. This is like your book aggregators, all right, but they actually only, oh, what's the word for it? They actually only distribute to the main sites that are going to do your book some good, and they're really, really pretty good. Go check them out. There's the URL at the bottom, and read everything that they're about. These guys are coming up fast. They haven't been around that long, but boy, they sure are making a dent in the marketplace. We've been watching them. We actually have been thinking about buying them, but we've been watching them and following them closely. I think you'll like it. In the $50 price is a giveaway. I mean, for what they do, it's well worth the price. Okay. Adobe is really, I mean, if you, oh, what's the way to, if you want to show off your books, if you really want to find what's going on out there, not only in social media, and you want to present it to their community, this is a site to go to. It's really what I call high penetration. That's the word I was looking for. There's a very high penetration that they use, and they really get your stuff out there. This is very much an unknown site. A lot of the publishers know about it, and we use it, but a lot of the authors don't. So you could be one of the first to really get in there and do it. We Read is another site. This is a very popular site, and authors as well as publishers know about it. But this is a promotional site that will actually really do you some good. It doesn't. It's one of the rare sites that applies to all genres. So whether you're a children's book or a fiction, thriller, action, adventure, it doesn't matter. Even if you're right in my category, which is advice how-to, We Read will get it out there. Shelfari has tried to copy what these people are doing. Amazon put together Shelfari as a counterpart to We Read. They're not doing as good a job. I'm amazed they haven't moved to buy We Read like they did Goodreads. In case you don't know it, Amazon purchased Goodreads 2 weeks ago. So you're going to be seeing some changes there. Now, I brought this up in one of the webinars. I'm not a Google fan, you know it, but every once in a while I have to give credit where it's due, and they have some pretty good author resources. So when you get a chance, some of them you will never use. All right, they're not for your particular genre, or you're not a publisher, but some of them you will use. So when you get a chance, definitely go and check this out, because it's something that is really interesting. All right, now I want to go back up to the top here. All right, you got that. Let's see, there was one here. I want to make sure you understood meet in the middle plot. All right, that is in your back office download portal. You can download it. It assists you in developing your plot lines. If you have any questions on it, I've become a quasi-expert in fiddling around with it. So write to me and I'll answer any questions that you have. Okay, let's go to the question box. All right, let's see if I can get this up on the screen. All right. Let's get through everything about. Okay, let's see if I can get down to it. All right, there aren't any questions about. If you have any questions, put them in there. I don't see any. Most of them are about the malfunction we had, which I fixed. And let's see, let me go back up here. How many of you are using book aggregators? Raise your hands. James, I don't know what to do on yours, because under audience view on my dashboard is showing my blank screen, so I don't know what to do on that one. You just have to wait till you get the recording. Again, how many of you are using book aggregators? Anybody raise your hand? Yeah, I'm sure the recording works, James. Anybody? Nobody. Nobody's using book aggregators? Oh, my goodness. Julia is good. Finally. I was going to say a Harry Carey time. One of the things in book aggregators I want you to be aware of, they've gotten very persnickety now that a lot of the sites like Overdrive have done away with the small, not servicing the self-indie publishers. Don't get disheartened, all right? In the last webinar, download that, and you'll see I listed an awful lot of the smaller aggregators that will take you and will do a good job. They do a very good job. The three big ones have gotten very persnickety. I noticed I've had a lot of people write in about them, and I'm not happy about that, but They have their own business model. One of the other promos, I mean, how many have done Amazon Hookup? Raise your hand. Anybody? Anybody? All right, for those that are new to the class, I'm going to post all the previous webinars when I post this recording. Go back to, I think it's webinar 2 or 3, and learn about Amazon Hookup. It's a promotional program to die for. And I actually use it daily. I don't expect you people to use it daily. It's not something, I mean, and I see, James, that you can't afford semi-rush. I don't know how to correct that problem because I use Majestic SEO, which is more expensive than SEMrush. Let me work on that. I may be able to run some interference and use my program, James, to get you going in it. We'll see what I can do on that. I'm making myself a note here. If you're not doing Amazon Hookup, it's something that you really need to consider. And only because it's SEMrush actually gives you the ads that Amazon is running every month. Amazon puts out between $9 and $13 million a month in PPC advertising. That's per month. And you can see everything that they're doing. And when it applies to your genre, you could actually piggyback. That's where the term hookup comes, with their ad. So go back to, and it's in my book. I think it's in book number 2 of how to promote your book online and offline. It's either on 2 or 3. I go over Amazon Hookup. So if you're not doing that, you should be doing it. If all else fails, you should do the We Do It All program and allow us to promote the book for you. If that enables you to write more, if that gives you more time to get your stuff out there, then that's something that you should consider. You can buy it. It's $19.97 per platform. On Kindle, Kindle's pretty easy to do, and if you were in my counseling sessions, I showed you just how easy it is. But the other platforms like Lulu.com, I notice a lot of people that are writing in to use We Do It All are wanting to publish on Lulu. It's the formatting of the book cover and the manuscript that Lulu calls you on. And we got that down to a science, so you won't get called on it. They accept it. We're publishing about a dozen books a day on Lulu.com between customer books and our own books. So it's a good platform. It sells like mad. In fact, I venture to say Lulu is a lot better than CreateSpace for the POD, print-on-demand books. But Lulu does everything. Lulu is an Amazon and a CreateSpace combined. They do all forms of digital books as well as the print and hard copy. They have a dashboard wizard that actually takes you through the steps. They will provide the ISBN number for you. They're really pretty easy to use. But they're a lot easier to use than CreateSpace. So if you're not using them, that's definitely something that you should consider because they promote better than CreateSpace does. And any questions, any more questions before I sign off? We're going to end it quickly. This was not a very long class, but like I said, it was an important class for you to understand some of the promo sites. When you download the PDF, the hyperlink should be active in the PDF, and you can go right to the site. Some of the sites that didn't have URLs, just expand the PDF, and you will see it right in the browser bar what the URL is. Okay, that's it. Have a very nice rest of the week, and I hope that you sell more books than I do. All right, God bless people. Take care.